Welcome back to Vinny's Aquatics. All right, everybody, the road to 1K. We're less than 50 subscribers away. Thank you for everybody who's subscribed. If you're not subscribed, do me a favor, hit that button. Let's get over to 1K. So let's talk about what's going on in the hobby in the year 2020. The strangest year ever. It's like Groundhog's Day every day. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a little tired of 2020. But let's see what's going on in the aquarium hobby. But before we do that, don't forget this Saturday, 9:30 Eastern Time, we're going to do the Titanic Conspiracy Theories, part of my Aquatic Mysteries live stream series. I got a lot of information, I did a lot of research, and I got some things I didn't even know I'm going to bring to the table. You guys, if you know anything about it, please feel free to join in. I'll see you there on Saturday, 9:30. So, during the lockdown, there were people who were on the fence about getting an aquarium, and they decided to just dive right on in. And then there's us that have been in the hobby for a long time, and we've been upgrading our tanks, spending a lot of our free time tending to our fish, which is definitely a welcome diversion from the stress of being locked down. You know, plus with the stimulus coming in, the tax refunds, I mean, there's been a big increase in consumer interest in the aquarium hobby, which is great. You see, with consumers spending more time at home, there's been an increase in demand across the board, including nano tanks are very big, LED lights, and canister filters. Everyone's looking to upgrade. So let's delve in a little bit deeper. We're going to see what these three experts have to say, and we're going to update what's going on in our hobby in the year of, I don't want to say it because you know what they're going to do. Okay, I'm going to tell you a coronavirus joke, but you're going to have to wait 2 weeks to see if you get it. Okay. All right, did you ever hear the joke about the germ? Never mind. I don't want to spread it around. Yep, COVID jokes. Your one-stop shop. All right, let's kick that intro.
Do me a favor. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button and smash the notification bell. Thank you.
Breaking news. Let's see what's going on in our hobby in 2020. All right, this is based on a Pet Product News article. There's Chris Cleavers. He's the president of Aquarium Sales in the United States. Jessica Brown, who is an associate brand manager at the Central Specialty Pet. And Jonathan Hester, who is aquatics brand manager for the Hagen Group. Now, what's the biggest differences that are going on from the lockdown in our hobby? Now, Cleaver says we continue to see a transition from the marine tanks to freshwater, which was surprising to me. He goes, definitely on the marine side, technology still reigns supreme. People are looking for more efficient ways to handle the maintenance aspect of aquarium keeping so they can spend more time enjoying their aquarium. Now, there's a bevy of new smartphone apps that are out that are all over the place now. But unfortunately, somehow the hype is bigger than the benefit. So keep an eye out on those things. And retailers, you should spend more time confirming anything coming that they recommend. It actually improves aquarium task keeping rather than causing more problems downstream. Now, Jessica Brown says there's an increased focus on our pets' nutrition. There's an opportunity right now for advancement in the fish food category. She says her Aquarium products, their food products, they look at the different digestive systems of the fish rather than what family or group the fish fall into. Now, this means the fish can live happier, healthier lives because they're able to get better nutrition. Along the same lines, focusing on the mental stimulation of the fish is another focus. Consumers can be concerned that their betta fish is lonely or bored. They're like people. For example, since they live in such a small environments alone, there's a biological reason for this, but there's a concern nonetheless. Like Aquarium makes beta beads. They help keep the beta fish engaged by providing an interactive substrate that the fish can play with, as well as one that encourages their natural foraging behaviors by allowing the betta to dive in and out of the beads. That's very good information. Now, another big thing that I noticed personally affecting the hobby is the fact that the price of flights, since the lockdown, the price of flights have gone up So importing fish has become harder to do and way more expensive than it was. So that is also an issue. Now, what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you what some people who actually sell fish, some fish store people say about what's going on in our hobby. So first we have Patrick Donston. He's the owner of Absolute Fish in Clifton, New Jersey. Now, I've actually been there. It's a great store. What a great selection. I recommend it if you're ever in Clifton, New Jersey. Now, Donston says, he goes, overall to him, the industry seems to be more unsettled right at the moment. He says his coral sales is where he's hurting the most. And it's been that way for around a year and a half. So even before all this, he said everything is up across the board except for coral. In some quarters, coral has been down so much that it can take away every other segment's small increase. It kills all the profit. He says, I can say from a couple of the shows that I've attended this past year, that's while they were still having shows, that he's noticing way more freshwater enthusiasts than marine hobbyists. The freshwater segment of the hobby is continuing. It's showing a very healthy growth rate, while the saltwater side seems to be in decline. So what do you guys think about that? Now, Auden Hetzler, he's the lead associate and medical specialist for The Wet Spot Tropical Fish in Portland, Oregon. Yeah, they named it The Wet Spot. These guys are clever. So Hetzler says he's noticed a lot of people showing interest in nano tanks. Nano popularity has expanded greatly, especially because of the amount of younger people getting into the hobby, which is great. It's great. We should have, I know the 20-year-olds are kind of about fish tanks, but these younger kids seem to really be enjoying the hobby. And many millennials are now living in smaller houses and apartments, so they want smaller, more manageable tanks, and the nano tank fits in great for that. Another long-term trend that's really blowing up on the scene that's adding to the popularity of freshwater tanks are planted aquariums. Everybody seems to want a planted aquarium now. I want one. I just kill all my plants all the time because I'm terrible at it. But we're going to give it one more shot. Now, James Paulson, the CFO and manager of Aquatics Unlimited in Greenfield, Wisconsin, he says that freshwater fish is still the most popular segment of the hobby. That's just due to the availability and the new species that are still coming in. Aquariums designed for use with planted setups are very popular right now. And lately, the hobbyists, they just aren't as reliant on DIY anymore, which encourages a lot more different product creation from these companies. Now, we consider freshwater the cash cow of the business. The all-in-one kits, the new rimless designs are both big trends this year in 2020. Rimless aquariums, they're eye-catching, that many people prefer, in contrast to the classic stand and canopy look. Now, another thing that's been detrimental to the saltwater part of the hobby is the legislation. I mean, it's in Hawaii, it's ridiculous. I understand we have to protect certain species, but I think they're going a little overboard on this. Like Indonesian corals, there's an export ban. So you're not getting any of them. Now, it's funny because a lot of wholesalers in the area, they like to tell us that it's going to open up soon. But with everything going on, I don't think it's going to open up soon. And I don't think it's going to open up till at least next year or the year afterward. So that's the legislation and the export bans combined with the flights, it's really hurting the saltwater industry. See, on the freshwater side, there aren't as many regulatory issues that pertain to endangered species as there are with marine species, which to me is a little misfocused. I mean, there really isn't the drive to preserve the freshwater ecosystem, which to me is just as important, and we're neglecting it. These freshwater ecosystems are much more limited than marine ecosystems, and therefore they're extremely important. Come on, people. I think we can all agree that we need to protect all of our ecosystems, okay? Freshwater and saltwater. And we definitely need to do a better job with freshwater, all right? And these people that are ruining our ecosystems, just stop it, okay? Just stop it. Pay attention, all right? Respect nature. So what are the main takeaways from this? Number one, the hobby is growing. The hobby is thriving, except the saltwater part of the hobby. I got to give the win in this one to freshwater. And I'll be honest, I don't see this trend changing anytime soon. I think the freshwater with the planted tanks, the nano tanks, just the availability and the fact that a lot of people are scared of saltwater, I just see freshwater gaining and gaining and gaining. And saltwater might just become a niche one day, with like an old a dead language like Latin. Like there's only a few people, like the Jedi Knights. You want to do a saltwater tank, you got to go talk to the saltwater Yoda. But what do you guys think? What do you notice going on in the hobby? One other big thing that's going on is the competition between the brick and mortar stores and the online stores. But that'll be another video. Thank you guys for joining me. That's what's going on in our hobby in the year 2020, the year of Groundhog Day, where every day is the same day over and over again, where we're just stuck doing the same things. Thank God for our hobby. Thank God for our fishy family. And I love every one of you. Let's get to 1,000. I'll see you next time on Vinny's Aquatics. Woo!